Hi, I'm Eric Franklin of the Franklin Method, and in this video we're going to talk about a very popular topic, namely how to create a stronger core. And you've probably seen exercises like this, plank pose in its many variations, through which we definitely can create a stronger core. I'm absolutely for it, I'm with it, that would work. However, if we think about our evolutionary past, probably this exercise didn't exist. I don't think, they were, doing that in the caves and wherever they were in their huts. They were doing other movement. They were doing, natural, everyday type kind of movement, like walking, running, maybe climbing. And that obviously was sufficient to train the core. Otherwise, the muscles would have ceased to exist. So what are the core muscles? Well, the classic core muscles are the following. The diaphragm, the most important muscle of breathing. Breathing needs to keep going as you're training the core. Then, of course, the abdominals, especially one called the transversus abdominis and the inner oblique, but actually basically all the abdominals. And then you have the pelvic floor, which is very important, and also the deeper layers of the lower back muscles. However, you can also stabilize your center with the help of more peripheral muscles. For example, the glutes and latissimus dorsi. Let's just remember that they come into the fray as well. So we're now going to get them going through walking. And the first thing we're going to do is just deep breathing as we walk. Because as soon as you breathe deeply in walking, obviously all these muscles are working a bit harder. The pelvic floor, the abdominals, the diaphragm, of course, even the lower back muscles. But if you're also walking at the same time, you're getting a double workout. You're getting a workout from your breathing and you're getting a workout from your movement. And you want to be able to coordinate these things so they both can exist in optimal coordinated fashion. So we're going to walk and consciously focus on our breathing. And how do we do that? Well, notice how your abdominal wall is moving out and in, both to the front and to the side, and maybe even a little bit to the back. So consciously feel the movement of the abdominal wall. If you have difficulty feeling that, you can touch yourself for a moment, So walk and feel that movement happening. Number two, when you walk, you swing your arms. And this is about counter-rotating the upper body and the lower body. So your torso and your pelvis need to rotate in opposite directions as you walk. And this, of course, is a great workout for your core. It's going to get your oblique abdominals going, actually all of the core muscles. So let's emphasize that a little bit as we're walking, the counter rotation, nice counter rotation of the upper body. Maybe you can even increase the length of your steps, which will rotate your pelvis more, right? And you're going to get more activity there in the abdominals. So, of course, breathing is going on at the same time. Then we can also use mental imagery. And a very interesting one, and no one's going to be noticing that you're doing that, but it's going to affect your core, is to imagine you're running even though you're walking. So you're going to walk, but you're going to think, I'm running. And this image is going to be interpreted by the brain to a certain degree as if you're actually doing it. So it's going to fire up those muscles a little bit more, because when you're running, obviously the core has to be working harder. You can add on to it by taking your arms over your head like this, and as soon as you do that, your core is going to turn on a little more. You're going to have a little more core activation. And finally, you can imagine resistance to your walking. And there's a variety of flavors to that. One is you have an imaginary trainer pushing back against your pelvis as you're walking. Something like that. Then, of course, you can imagine a gust of wind blowing in your direction. It's stormy and you're just imagining you're being resisted. So that push will immediately get your core going more, right? Your brain is interpreting that as resistance, upregulates the core, and so forth. So let us review. Breathe deeply. Counter-rotate your upper and lower body. Swing your arms. Imagine you're running uphill. So an imaginary increased activity. Reach up with your arms just for a moment, like that. Imagine resistance, either from an imaginary training partner or from, wind from a strong storm or something blowing in your direction, yeah? So give those a try, and if you have an experience with it, then please leave a comment underneath this video. And if you are enjoying the Franklin Method videos, so please go to our website, franklinmethod.com, and sign up for our free newsletter and get many more great ideas on how to feel better in your body and mind. And hope to see you soon, and have fun walking.